If I had a voice that could have spoken when I was a baby, I would have said, please do not touch my penis right now. I want to keep my body as God made it, please. Thank you. Most of us as men start in our very first moment in our incarnation with a snip of our manhood, of the most sensitive part of our bodies, the actual physicalization of what it is to be a man is destroyed in a way, you know,
Yeah.
in that first moment. And I just would love to ask the viewers to drop into how uncomfortable that feels, and then go deeper than the uncomfortable topic, and actually just feel what kind of message that's sending the boys of the world that turn into the men, that turn into the lovers and husbands and
The leaders
of our world. What does that do in shaping a planet? And to hold some presence around that, and to take a look at why that is.
For me personally, I chose to get circumcised when I was 13 years old. A decision I kind of regret now, but at least it was my decision to make. Nobody else made it for me.
Wow.
But I can tell you straight away that it was really, really painful. So anybody that tell you that baby doesn't feel nothing, I don't know. I would challenge that. I just, I would love to have my foreskin back. I'd love to be more complete, like, and it's gone forever, and that's okay.
Yeah, I didn't get the choice either. If I had a voice that could have spoken when I was a baby, I would have said, please do not touch my penis right now. I want to keep my body as God made it, please. Thank you. And I have a feeling most boys would.
I mean, why don't you just chop off the end of the finger or something, It's like everybody would be like, oh my God, that's terrible. Probably get put into jail for something like that. Come out and we just chop the baby's little pinky finger off, And I just think it's something really worth reflecting to ourselves about this act that is barbaric, plain and simple. And for those parents out there that have circumcised their children, there's no shame or guilt in that. I just would offer that you reflect upon that, and it's like, so many people have been circumcised, and I just think it's part of our culture and part of the way things are, and I would challenge us to actually just drop in and just reevaluate what this is doing to our little boys in the world. That their very first experience with their penis is of pain. Like, how does that affect, like when those neuroconnections are happening for the first time, little newborn baby, and that experience of pain around the penis. No wonder why there's so much shame and issues around sexuality and all this stuff, with men and with women, etc. It's just because we sort of take on these acts and sort of accept them and incorporate them into our culture and make excuses. Oh, it's more hygienic, it's more this, it's more that. Well, I think in today's world, I think we can all be pretty hygienic.
And there's a lot being illuminated right now around so many areas of culture, so many areas of shadows being brought to light. And so this is another one that feels like it's very timely to question it, to really look at it, and not for the purpose of feeling guilty, like I have nothing against my mother and father for making that choice, that their doctor most likely just said, do you want to do this, and we recommend you do this. However, for those who are circumcised, like myself and yourself, and for those parents who are looking to make that choice for their present or future children, I think it'd be worth it to question it and look a little more deeply into why, and look at, it's like the proof is in the pudding, right? So if the pudding of the way that men and women and men feel about themselves is not going so well, as a culture, it looks like we have things like incredible pain and guilt around sexuality. We have wars. We have, a whole number of things that seem to point to very clear imbalance. Then it's worth it to look a little more deeply and question some of these things that we take for granted, that we do with our bodies and do to our children's bodies. That all being said, I think what we can do is bring healing to the table by choosing to show up. And we can't use our wounds as an excuse to check out. We still have to show up, and we get to show up, and it's our sacred duty to work with what we got and then bring our full presence and heart to the table and still be vulnerable. And I think with more examples of each other, like knowing you, brother, has given me a reflection of another man like myself that can lean into his vulnerability and lean into what it's like to be a full spectrum man. And I think the more of us that can share that reflection for each other, the more we can make new choices.